Have you ever wondered why your slightly unhinged friend always manages to get dates? Or why that psycho in high school always had his pick of the hot girls? Hey, it's a great life. My name is Dave and welcome to the channel. In this video we will look at why women are often attracted to psychopaths. But before we start, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Okay, here we go. According to the science, psychopathic men have a personality style that makes them highly attractive to women. Men with psychopathic traits tend to create favorable impressions on women, according to a study published in Evolutionary Psychological Science. The findings indicate that psychopathy may include features that make men appear as more attractive romantic partners despite having a reduced interest in committed relationships. It's important to realize that most psychopaths aren't serial killers. They could be your conniving coworker who somehow seems to get away with everything, or maybe they're just the totally normal guy who served you coffee this morning. Psychopaths look like you and me, but there's one big difference: they don't have a conscience. They can harm others with absolutely no sense of remorse or guilt. To any onlooker, a psychopath will slip through life unnoticed. What starts as a fairy tale relationship slowly transforms into an incomprehensible mess of mind games and chaos. Researchers agree that psychopathy involves persistent antisocial behavior, impaired empathy and remorse, boldness, emotional resiliency, meanness, impulsivity, and extremely egotistical traits. Psychopathy is a way of describing some people, mostly men, who have specific personality and behavioral tendencies has led to some alarming findings from prisons, many of which had sexual and romantic consequences. It seems doctors, clinicians and psychologists working in prison settings have long known that inmates with more psychopathic features are very often preoccupied with sex. They tenaciously try and often succeed at seducing prison staff, including clinical staff supposedly equipped with the tools to not be subverted by manipulation and charm that psychopathic men deploy. Yet these individuals were some of the most violent and disruptive individuals in the institutions where they were housed. The enigma of presenting such a positive image of themselves successfully despite their negative effect on others is what strongly intrigues us. How can female professionals be so often seduced? Understanding how psychopathic men may be doing this is important. How do they manifest such traits in a social context? Doctors are also interested in understanding why the psychopathy may even exist. This is where the evolutionary component comes in. It allows us to ask questions about the very existence of psychopathic traits. Might they exist precisely because they enable men to have this kind of positive effect in initiating sexual and romantic relationships? Ultimately, the existing non-evolutionary theories of psychopathy does not provide a good explanation for how and why psychopathy may have these effects, so it is interesting in furthering our understanding of psychopathy using an evolutionary lens that can make sense of these effects. For their study, the researchers recruited 46 young men from a Canadian university and had them engage in a video-recorded dating scenario with a female research assistant for about 2 minutes. The assistant started the conversation by asking the participant what he liked to do on a first date or what he thought was important in a relationship. Afterward, the male participants completed assessments of psychopathy, social intelligence, and sociosexuality. The researchers then had 108 young women view the dating videos and rate each man on general attractiveness, sexual attractiveness, and confidence. Another group of 11 participants rated the men's physical attractiveness. The researchers found that psychopathy was positively related to both men's social intelligence and favorable attitudes towards casual sex. They also found that women's ratings tended to be more favorable to men with more psychopathic traits, even after controlling for physical attractiveness ratings. Psychopathic men have a personality style that makes them appear attractive to women in dating encounters. This may be because they are extra confident or feel at ease or know exactly what to say to get the attention of women. More research needs to be done on this, but whatever the reason, The research shows that psychopathic traits certainly don't seem disordered like clinical science assumes. There is something in this personality style that may provide individual benefits, which makes us think it is not a disorder. Bolstering this argument, previous research has also indicated that manipulative and deceitful personality traits can help psychopathic individuals achieve reproductive success in unpleasant environments, though the long-term consequences are complex. Lastly, psychopathic individuals may use their charm and exciting personality to elicit trust and desire, but their ultimate goal seems to be selfish pleasure. The old cliché of getting to know someone well may be one maxim to live by to protect oneself from getting into a relationship with a psychopathic individual. Though psychopathic traits might help to attract partners, they also come with serious trade-offs. Another important caveat to consider is that even though psychopathy may have these benefits of attracting others, there are enormous costs and risks to being psychopathic that helps clarify why not more people are psychopathic. For instance, by virtue of being psychopathic, one never really fits in the long term in a social group. Connections to others are tenuous and rarely will someone have your back when it really matters. Not only do they cheat on their partners, they also get cheated on a lot too. These costs should make it clear that the potential benefits of investing in psychopathic traits as a young man will come with some negative consequences as well. Children that show a lack of empathy, lack of guilt and have shallow emotions, defined as callous unemotional traits, are at increased risk of developing psychopathy in adulthood. These children are more likely to display antisocial behavior, such as bullying and aggression. They are less likely to respond to socially rewarding stimuli such as happy faces, and are also less likely to recognize a fearful expression. We really need to better understand the factors that influence boys starting to invest in, or develop a psychopathic personality, all the while keeping in mind the evolutionary component to understand why certain developmental factors are influential. For instance, boys may be surveying their social groups to see how women are treated, if they are respected and admired or seen as objects. Boys may also be surveying their same-sex groups to see if they can trust other guys as close friends, which may reduce the likelihood of developing psychopathy. And there you have it. Psychopaths may be more attractive to women, but it seems there is a high price to pay in the long run for having such destructive traits. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.